Kia ora and welcome to Craft Artosaurus. My name's Paula and today is a Thursday and we usually do a catch up, but I did go to Christchurch and a few things have arrived in the post, so I'm going to do a small kind of shopping haul thing with my art and also with my sewing. So to start off with, I'm going to get to my art things because then I can put them away. I know, it's a shocker. Here it is Thursday and I still haven't put everything away. One of the things I did buy was the Schmincke Holdrum Acryl Violet Volcano, and it's a granulating paint. It's quite expensive, but I have shared it with a few people, and so I feel that I've definitely got my money's worth out of this, and also a few other people who do watercolors within our community can use this color, and it's such an unusual color. So yeah, it's got this kind of lovely pink, and then it's got a light little bit of yellow in the background, and every so often you just get a little hint of this wonderful purple, and you've got to wait for everything to sink down. And also once the paint dries, it works so much better. So I've got this in one of my palettes, so I'm very happy and very excited with this. Another thing I also got for my art area were just a couple of Copic multi-liners. I am addicted to these. I will use them on every and any painting I'm doing basically, and I've got a brown one because I really want to get some walnut ink. Walnut ink still isn't available in New Zealand. I know, it's a slow process, and you cannot import walnut ink because I got around the whole we don't have any walnut ink in the country, and I managed to order it from Amazon UK. And then when it came through customs seized it as it was an illegal substance within New Zealand. I know, it's so sad. I was actually really devastated, but apparently if it got out, it could ruin all of the nut trees or something. I don't quite get it. It's an ink. It's an ink. How can it... you see, I so want the ink, so I just don't see anything else. So I've got the brown Copic multi-liner. It's a 0.3. It's the size I always use. And I've got another black one, 0.3, because I thought they'll be running out shortly, so I'll have one spare sitting around. The noise you can hear in the background, sneezing and everything, is my dog. She's a little bit excited. Crochet Knitwits have just finished, and she's been playing with her wonderful friend Gary. So yep, she's been running around the house like a crazy person. Another thing I got, which I've wanted to try, I guess it's only been a short time. It says $29.90 or so on this, and it was not $29.90. I think it was $15. So it's a full set of Faber-Castell oil pastels, and very excited. I've already done a quick little sketch with them, ergo they're not in pristine condition. I've also done 3 different tests with them to see what they're like on black paper, to see what they're like on a cream paper and that sort of thing, because the whole thing is they should be opaque, but the blues aren't as opaque as what I expected. But that's okay. It could be the paper I was using. So because I don't really have any pastel mat or anything, so I figured I'd just use what I had here. But I did buy, this is going to be a hard one, these are sheets. So it just looks green. And this is Canston My Tides, and I get sheets of this. That's a cream, and I also, the noise is terrible, isn't it? And I also got a grey. So if we go like that, you can see them, I guess, maybe. So I'm very excited. This is the stuff that I use when I do pencil work. So it's gosh, let me see if it has on it somewhere what size it is. So it's a 50 by 65 centimeters, 19.5 by 25.5 inches. It's a full sheet of Canston My Tides, and I do love the texture on this. and I thought if it was no good for pastels, I'm going to get in and do a bit of pencil work because I do love doing pencil work. And the last thing I brought from the art store is some Japanese rice paper, and this is Hanamule Fine Art. So I've never tried rice paper. I just like to print on it and give it a go. So I just got a little few sheets. So they're 5 sheets A4, and that cost $7.99, which I thought was quite a bargain. But again, I didn't pay that because they have 50 years Gordon Harris in New Zealand, and so there was a 20% discount. I don't know, I was thinking 50 years, 50% discount. Oh, Gordon Harris, they missed an opportunity there, but maybe not. It's just me. So another place we went to while I was in Christchurch, which is kind of quite exciting for me, was Tom's Emporium. So that used to be near Riccarton area, but now it's on the other side of town and right next door to Gun City. I know, I said to the ladies as we were walking, who's going to chew tobacco and spit? I'm a shocker. So I got this beautiful lace, which I am very excited about. Just a metre off it. I think it cost like $3. It's nothing fancy, but I do love it. And another lace I got, again, a metre off it, and this was also $3. And there's so much I can do with these. It's just so pretty. It's just, yep. I can, I can use one of these, or I can cut out the little heart, and I can use this bit here and a little flower here, or I can use the whole thing and these little rows of, it's like a gate post here. So I can see lots of possibilities. Now, again, $3 a metre, and I got a metre of it. There was loads and loads and loads of different laces to pick from, and I got a bit overwhelmed, so I decided just to get 2 because I wanted to save some money for the art store. But that was one of the first things I bought. Another thing I got, which I'm kind of really excited about, is this piece of fur. It's 50 by 50 centimeters. It was $2.50, but it's so soft, and I thought maybe I can use my Inktense on it and color it up. So yeah, I'm just quite excited by this, full stop. So yeah, I was like, wow. And I walked past the shelf, had a look, and I thought, oh, I don't know about that. And the next thing I knew, it was in my arm. So I feel it jumped off the shelf and into my arms when I wasn't looking. It's just so cool. So really looking forward to this. So you'll see this as I go to colour it with my Inktense later on. Or yeah, very exciting, very excited. And the last 2 purchases I made from Tom's Emporium might not, so this has got these 2 different pieces here. So let's see how we can do this. So there's the silver with lots of circles on it, and I can put this, have my fabric underneath and put this on top, and I thought, oh, this would be so pretty. And this one here is pink, and it's got beautiful roses and everything on it. I don't know, I just thought it was gorgeous. So yep, I'll be cutting those up and yep, putting them on a special roll. Some will go to class with me because I think the ladies in the class will enjoy using these. Yep. Now I've got glitter everywhere because it's very glittery. So let me just move my mat, and I'm just going to give it a bit of a shake. I'm back and we've still got glitter everywhere. So I guess them's the breaks. Now I did make an order with Stitchbird. So here we go. Here's Stitchbird. And this place is in Wellington. And this is where I get my slow stitch kits from. And they had a Boro box, and they also had some vintage, I think it was sheets, or was it pajamas? I think it was sheets for $10. So lots of, yep. So I got a Boro box because I thought you'd most probably like to see what was inside one, and I'm extremely excited to see what's inside one. And well, I got the vintage flannel or whatever it is sheets because I've seen Susanna and Christine and Corinne use this sort of thing. So they're online, Stitchbird, and they're really a fantastic company. I don't know how big it is. I keep on thinking the next time we go up north, we're going to go to Stitchbird, and there's no, I'm just going to go there and go most probably a little bit wild. So I've been, I know we're going up in September, so I'm saving all my pennies for when we get to Stitchbird. Oh dear. So the first thing I'll show you is, oh yes, and I brought some owl ribbon from them. Can we see how cute that is? It's just a little owl head, and I thought that is so sweet. So yeah, I should most probably send some to Tori, but I'm not. I'm hogging it all myself. I was thinking that I said, oh, I'm gonna send a pack to Annie. If I put another envelope in there, she could send it on to Tori, but I thought, no, I can't do that. I just love it so much, and sometimes you've got to keep some things for yourself. So this will not be going to class with me. I just think it's so cute. And yeah, I love owls, and yeah, I've become a bit of an addict over them, really. So this is the little $10 pack that I got, and I'm hoping like crazy I can undo it. I cut my nails the other day because they were getting far too long, and now I'm wishing I didn't cut them because, they'd make this a lot easier. But I thought, oh, my nails are getting so long, it's making playing the piano hard. I know, it's so sad, isn't it? And I only play the piano for me, so, it doesn't matter if my fingers click on the keys and that sort of thing. But I can hear Liz in my head saying, oh, you need to cut your nails, Paula. They can click on the piano. So, yep, so I cut them. I'm sure Liz was very happy with me. So, there we go. Oh, and I got a free bit of lace. So let's have a look at that. So that's it's quite sweet, actually. I quite like that lace. So that won't be vintage lace. It'll just be, just a normal. But I'll put that in my lace container. So I made myself a little lace container. So these are scrappy bits from, sheets, not pajamas. So that's so pretty. I thought, oh, it just seemed $10 seems so cheap. And I thought, well, I don't think I have anything like this in my stash. And I've got to say, looking at this, I don't have anything like this in my stash. So I've never thought of old sheets. Yeah. And I get so many different colours here. Oh, this is lovely. This is I think it's cotton. I was thinking it might be flannelette, but no, that's beautiful for a little sheet. Look at that. That's a lovely piece. Very delish. Well, that reminds me of the other side of my Just Because quilt, because that's purple, a bit like this. So, oh, look. It looks like little hearts there in a mirror. So I figure I can cut little bits and pieces off them and use them in slow stitching. And this isn't something I would normally buy, and so it's, yeah, I feel that it'll be quite good for me to get out of that little comfort zone of always yellow. I do love this. So yes, very excited. Ooh. Ooh. Now that is a beautiful shade. That is gorgeous. Well, there's the end of the sheet. Well, the top of the sheet. Oh, and if I undo it carefully, I'll have a little bit more fabric. How exciting. I do love that. I really love this. Yep, I think that's gorgeous. Yeah. I've only just kind of worked out about purple, so, didn't really like it for years, but now I'm starting to love it. That's a gorgeous piece too. Even though it's just little bits and pieces, I still think $10, it's quite a steal. Well, it felt like it to me. It's all been laundered, it's all been cut. Just teeny weeny little pieces, which is fine because I'm slow stitching into it. So that's a lovely long piece. So this, as the further down I'm going, I was saying, oh, it's getting slightly bigger, but then there's this one which seems a little bit smaller than the last one. Oh, that's very sweet. Oh, isn't this such a great idea to get a little pack of vintage sheets? Well, I've never thought of this. But I saw it on their site and I thought, well, I'm going to give that a go, because I think I'd just seen someone do something with vintage sheets. Was it Susanna? No, it can't have been, because Susanna hasn't posted anything in a while. But this is the sort of material I imagine Susanna using on her channel. So, yes. It's very, very cool. I do love that one too. That's gorgeous. Just that little bit of yellow with the pink. So far, everything seems to be cotton too. Yeah, this feels like cotton. Oh, look at that. I wish I had a bit more of this sheet. Well, that's okay. Well, the want monsters kicked in. Oh, I do love this. Yes, this is very Susanna. That is just such a happy piece of fabric. Don't you just look at that and smile? And it's cotton. It's lovely. Lovely, lovely cotton. Ooh, I do love these sorts of flowers. Oh my goodness, look. So cool. Oh, this is a lovely sheet. I don't think I've come across anything in here that I don't like, to tell you the truth. So I'm ecstatic. Ecstatic. Oh, I don't know if this is sheet. It feels like... Oh, it feels cottony, so I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. That looks very modern to me. So, oh, this feels like old flannelette. Yeah, it does. You know, you get those old flannelette sheets you used to get when you were a kid, and they're very snuggly. So very cute. Little clusters of flowers everywhere. That's a lovely piece too, and they are getting bigger. So the further down I'm going, so I started off with quite small sizes. Now I'm getting into quite big sizes. Ooh. Well, they know me well. A little bit of yellow, I'm happy. Oh, another yellow one. This is cotton. Oh, how sweet's that? All it's missing is a little butterfly. That is just gorgeous. Oh, I think I'd like to make a little book out of that one. Oh, this feels very 70s. I don't know why I'm saying that, but it's just something I'd expect to see in the 70s. So, yeah, that's a cool sheet. I don't remember sheets like this when I was young, but they must have been. Oh, that's sweet. That is very, very sweet. I do love those flowers. Oh, yep. And the way the leaves are done, very cool. Yep, again, I'm thinking 70s. Yeah. This one feels... I don't know, this one looks a bit 60s to me rather than 70s. So, like I said, it's just vintage pieces of sheet for $10, 10 New Zealand dollars. And I'm actually thinking, oh, there's quite a bit in here. Oh, yes. Now that is gorgeous. That is really sweet. I love that one. That's an interesting one. It's kind of got a watercolor effect going on. Very cool. I think I might put that one in my teacher's bag, actually. It just looks like something the ladies would like. Oh, and I'm still going. Some more of that blue fabric. Very cool. So I've already got some of that further down. Oh, that's that one that I liked. So this is the other side of it, obviously. Kind of quite sweet, a background, I think, because the pretty bits have been cut off. Someone else obviously got the rest of that. Trying to open this one, my fingers have gone. Oh, that's rather sweet. I think it goes, yes. Isn't that a little darling? Oh, definitely got loads here for $10. Oh, this is a massive piece. Oh my goodness. Beautiful roses. Yep, that feels like cotton again. And we've just got a few more to go, so we're getting near the end. We see this one feels quite modern to me. I don't know why I think that. But yeah, that looks like a modern one. I don't know why I'm saying that. But I guess it came from a vintage pair of sheets. So, yep, what would I know? But it just, yeah, it just feels, I think it's because it's feeling a lot crisper. So maybe this sheet wasn't used as much. So, yeah. Oh, this is definitely 70s. It's the last piece. Oh, you could do a rice bag with this. That would be rather cool. Actually, that would be really, really cool to get 4 of the panels and do a rice bag with it. So, yeah, I might need to have a little think-see and see if we can come up with a nice way of using this in a rice bag. There's quite a few big panels in here and little panels. I think there's a lot of fabric there for $10, to tell you the truth. I'm thrilled. Yep, so much fabric. I'm just going to tie it back up so I have it all together in one place. I don't know. It's not as tidy as it was because, you know, I'm the one tying it, but that's okay. I do think I could make something with it though, so I'm going to have a little think. Very cool. Very, very cool. Love that. Okay, now we come to the thing I've been waiting for, and this is the Boro box from Stitchery Bird. So it's a little box, and inside you have Boro stuff. Let's see, how much was this? Now it's 55 New Zealand dollars. So if you're in England, this would be 20, most probably $20 with a pound. Yeah, so £20. Australia, I've got a funny feeling this would be around about the $40 mark for you ladies over there, and they will send overseas. So first of all, you get the beautiful little box, which you of course get to keep everything in, which I'm always keen with. You've got the little Stitchery Bird card. I'm just going to see if I can get this bit up closer to you so you can actually, I think there you go. So you can write down the address and all of that sort of thing. You can even ring them up. So yeah, but please don't do that. So I guess I'll start from the back and work. So the Boro, there we go. This tells you about the box. The box includes a piece of colour code used as a base to sew onto fabrics, a piece of batting to use as a base cloth, 1.1 20 metre skein of Shishinko thread, Japanese Shishinko needles, and 20 pieces of especially curated fabrics. So, and then it tells you about Boro and what to do. So that's a nice little thing. And then on the back, the running stitch, how to make the running stitch and that sort of thing for Boro. So they hope that we all enjoy the box. So yeah, lovely little note there. So I'm just putting everything back in the box as to how I found it. This of course is just calico, and I think, yep, that's a well, it's a little bit bigger than a so it's slightly bigger than a square of fabric that you get from the quilt store. So yeah, but this always comes in handy. And yeah, oh, this actually feels quite different to any batting I've had. I think it could be bamboo batting. It's just, I don't know, is it cotton batting? I'm not quite sure, but it is lovely, very lovely, and a big piece again, bigger than a quarter. So yep, very, very nice. And then of course we get to the fabrics, which they've picked out especially for the Burrow box. Dark blue, which will be lovely. This is Japanese, definitely Japanese material here, or Japanese inspired material. So it's a cotton. It's quite thin, so I'm surprised by how thin it is, but it's lovely. And I do love how that looks just on its own. This feels like an old piece of material that you might get from a kimono or something. I don't know. A cotton one, or maybe a house coat. Yep, very nice. And I do love the texture that's happening there. So it's very, very nice. Cotton material. Yep, pure cotton. There's no stretch there. Just, you know, you could practice your Japanese. Very cool. I think this is a piece of Japanese fabric, to tell you the truth. It's quite thick. So, yes. Yep, again, this feels like something that's come from a Japanese kimono that's been worn a little while. So, yeah. So I don't know if it's just pieces from their store. This feels like a new piece of material. But it's a lovely colour, and it's got that black sheen to it, so it's a lovely green. This feels almost denim in its texture in places, but there's no, oh, I don't know. I'm thinking there is a little bit of stretch, but it's sideways, so it's definitely not, I'm just going to move that, it's in my way. It feels like cotton. I'm not quite sure on this one, but it's beautiful. Yep, Japanese fabric for sure. And that's a gorgeous piece of Japanese fabric. I just love Japanese fabrics. That's why I buy those Japanese packs. Yep, Japanese fabric. You can tell it's Japanese fabric. It's got a special feel to it when it comes from Japan. So yeah. So that was made in Japan, this piece here in my hand. I can feel that. Now, I'm not so sure about this. See, to me, part of it looks like it could have come, I think this is a New Zealand fabric that looks Japanese. So yeah, but it's a lovely piece. But I could be wrong. It could have come from Japan. Japanese inspired cotton piece of fabric, and it's very nice. Very, very nice. Textured piece. Oh no, yeah, I don't know where this is from, but it's gorgeous. You can see through it. So I don't know if that's showing up on my camera. So it's a cream with a dark brown and then a lighter brown here, and it's got bits of rust running through it. So it's very, very cool. Love that piece of fabric. This feels Japanese as well, so I'm not quite sure, but it's very sweet. I do love the different patterns on it. Very cool. This feels like Japanese fabric as well. It's cotton. It's really nice. I can't tell. Oh, this is a lovely big piece. Oh, you see, this feels like the kimono stuff I got the other week. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure, but it's a gorgeous piece. It's very, very fine, but such a beautiful pattern on it, as you can see, with the lovely flowers everywhere. What is this piece? I've never seen anything like this before. Oh, that's rather sweet. I do love that. Very sweet. Oh, see, I would just like to stitch into this and have some fun. So that's really cool. I love that they've put a piece like this in. It feels like cotton. I don't know. I think this one's, yeah, it's mass produced, I would imagine. Oh, that's rather lovely. Feels very nice. It's cotton. It's a little bit stiff, but it is lovely. And I do love the pattern in the background, so I don't know if you can see that, but it is gorgeous. I think this is the correct side, but to tell you the truth, I like the wrong side more. Oh, well, it's my box, so I can do with what I like with it. So that's the cool thing about getting these sorts of boxes. You know, you can play with the things and enjoy yourself. This feels very stiff, almost new. It's got a beautiful pattern to it. I'm just wondering if it's hand dyed, to tell you the truth, because you can feel the ink on it. See, and I can feel the ink here on this. So I'm not quite sure where this came from. Yeah, but it's beautiful, a beautiful piece. Very, very stunning. So I'm just going to fold it like that very carefully, put it back in my box. Oh, well, these feel like silk, and this is definitely from a kimono. Yep, definitely from a kimono. Look at that, you've got some of the hand stitching there. How lovely is that? Oh, I love hand stitching. So yeah, I love it when you get an old piece of clothing and you can pull it apart and you see how it's all been made. I'm fascinated by that. So yes, so there's quite a few layers here. Now this is that lovely soft cotton layer that we don't get here very often in New Zealand. It's it almost feels silky, but it's definitely cotton. And this, of course, is silk. So that was lovely. That would be on top of the box. So that's lovely to start with. And of course, I've got some Shoshinko thread, which I do love to use. So Shoshinko thread is a little bit thicker, and it's just nice. And this was made in Japan, so it's proper Shoshinko thread. And that came within the box. And 2 Shoshinko needles. They just look a little bit different to the ones I've got. So I'm just going to open it and have a little look and feel them up a bit. It says made in Japan. I'm quite intrigued. Needle handle with care, made in Japan. So it's nice they tell us to handle them with care because, you know, needles are sharp, as we all know, as I like to go around pricking myself with them. So just, I don't know, they're not as nice as the last lot of needles I got from Japan. You know, a part of me is almost going, see, the last lot of needles I got, they were handmade. I know I'm crazy, aren't I? But these feel like they've just come out of a machine. So that's fine, you know, that's what's going to happen these days with things. Yeah, look, there's a definite right and wrong side of how you can thread your needle. So these are just mass-made Shoshinkos. Sure, they're nice. They were made in Japan, so the iron that's been used to make them with will be high quality. So yeah, that's nice, but not as good as the last lot of needles that were most probably a bit overpriced, and I shouldn't have bought. But you know, I've got them upside down now. Oh, I'm going to have to fix that up. Oh dear. So that's basically the shopping haul in itself. I'm not going to show you what I've worked on this week. We'll do that next week. Before I send everything off to Annie Claxton, I will take a photo and walk you through it, and that's most probably how we'll start next week's video. But having said that, I was watching Suzanne the other day, and she had made with the fabric a little rice bag, rice box containers, and so I thought, well, I'll have to buy 2 of those because one was pink and one was blue and I couldn't decide. So that's coming in the mail, and we'll get onto that project once it arrives. So yeah, it's just me, I guess, being a little silly, but I do think I could make a rather nice rice bag with all this material here. So I don't know, I do like how Corinne makes her rice bags, and that's how I do my rice bags because Corinne showed me how to do it. So yeah, she's right and everyone else is wrong. I'll put a link to her and Suzanne here on my channel, and also Create Crafts with Christine. Yep, so that's basically what I've done this week. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, can you please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Bye now. Bye everyone. Bye.